Hey guys, Just with the Garage Games, and I've actually had a lot of emails and people ask me about what's the best way to make the bulletproof coffee that we talk about a lot. I'm going to show you today how to make it both the cheapest and quickest way, and then give you some options about how you want to do it. The first thing that we'll talk about is the coffee. Now you can go to bulletproofexecutive.com or upgradedself.com and get you probably the best coffee beans that you can probably get with the highest antioxidants. But it's also fairly expensive. So if you want to go get a regular Starbucks, if that's what you're drinking, that's not that huge of a deal. You're going to want to make sure that you get regular whole coffee beans and not ground coffee, because that is definitely going to degrade the amount of antioxidants that stay in the coffee. Also, don't freeze your coffee. So you want about 3/4 of a cup of whole coffee beans. You're going to need a grinder. So we'll come here. These run about $20 at Walmart, at Target, and definitely going to need one of these. You want to grind the coffee beans not as fine as a regular ground coffee that you buy at the store. So I'm just shaking it up here to make sure I get all the beans ground, but it's going to be a little bit more coarse than regular coffee. So that looks pretty good right there. So we're going to go ahead and put that into the French press. Now, the French press is not something that you have to do. If you don't have a French press, you don't want to buy it. You can just get a regular coffee maker. I'm going to put that in there. Now, the French press isn't a must, but I recommend you guys go spend $20 at Target with it. If you don't want to, though, you can get a regular coffee machine and just put your grind beans in there and make it like normal. This is a way better way to do it, though. So what we're going to do with this is we'll get the French press here. We've got the coffee in there, about 3/4 a cup, ground coarsely. And then we've heated up about a quart or so of water in a kettle. Now, a kettle is also something that you don't have to have. Even if you do the French press, you can heat it up on a stove, but this is way quicker. It takes your prep time down in about half the time. And again, it's probably $30, I think, at Target or Walmart. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to pick this up, pour it in here. You're going to fill it up until it is about 1.5 inches away from the metal ring. You're going to let this sit for 60 seconds just like it is, and then you're actually going to stir it up just kind of lightly, and then we'll put the top on it and let it set for another 4 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and let that happen, and then we'll come back. Alright, we're back. So the coffee has brewed, and what I'm going to do now is I'm about to press this down, and that's actually going to press the coffee so it takes the grinds to the bottom. Before that, I want to talk about the actual stuff that we're going to put in the coffee, though. So what we've got here is we've got grass-fed butter. Now this is an absolute must. This is not something you want to skimp on. You don't want to get regular butter because the grass-fed is going to make it higher in the omega-3 fatty content, which is exactly what you want for this. You can get this and pay $5+ for this brick at Publix, but if you go to a Trader Joe's, if there's one near you, you can get it for like $2, half that price. Next thing up is coconut oil. Now, I get the organic coconut oil. You don't have to get that if you don't want to. You can save some money that way and just get some regular coconut oil. I don't think I have any here with me right now, but you can get that at pretty much any Publix or Kroger or anything like that. So these are the two things that we're going to do. Now, I'm going to press this down. You want to make sure that you don't actually press it. You just kind of put the weight of your hand on it and then take it down all the way to the bottom. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take about 1 tablespoon of coconut butter, or coconut oil, I'm sorry. If it's warmer, this will actually be more of an oil than anything else. They say to do 1 teaspoon, but I typically do more than 1 cup at a time, and that's per cup. So I go ahead and take a tablespoon, put it in there. And then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter and put it into our shaker. Now here's what's kind of cool about this, is that if you read everywhere, they want you to put it in an actual blender and blend this up. All right, if you don't have one or you don't have the time to do all that, you can actually put it into a shaker bottle. Now, if you have a Boston shaker made out of glass or metal that you would make a cocktail in, that would be better. Just because it's glass and you're not putting a hot liquid into a plastic, which can sometimes have, you know, carcinogenic properties or whatever. So, but mine's dirty, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that in this today. Not that big of a deal. We're going to pour the entire French press in here, which is going to make about 1.5 large cups of coffee, or mugs of coffee. We're going to put the top on. I'm just going to bring this over to the sink. Now, give credit to Chris Moore for this little trick here. We were down in Miami a couple weeks ago, and we didn't have a blender, and he decided to use this. Pretty cool trick. So when you do this, make sure you got a nice tight on the top, because the heat is going to create a lot of pressure. And make sure it's over the sink in case it pops off or if you lose anything. And you're just going to shake this up like you would a protein drink or something like that until you see that there's no longer any butter solids or coconut oil solids in there. That looks about good. Now when you do this and you take this off, you want to be careful because there's quite a bit of pressure in there, right? So after that, all you got to do pour it in there. You see it's doesn't look like a latte. It's very, very dark, but it's got a great frothy taste to it at the top. I think that's it, guys. Again, the French press you can get for about $20. The kettle electric you can get for about $30. And then this goes for $2 to $5 depending on where you find it at. And you can get coconut butter for anywhere from $6 to $12 if you go organic with it. That is the best way to do it. Now, if you're trying to do it exactly how Bulletproof Executive does it, go to his site, buy those products. But if you don't have the money for it, this is as good as well. He recommends MCT oil, which is basically coconut oil. All right, so that's it. We'll see you guys at the garage games. Bring me some of this if you don't mind.